Good afternoon, students. Today's topic is operating system structure. So these are the topics we are going to see in this video: operating system services, operating system interface, system calls, and system programs, and operating system design and implementation, operating system structure, virtual machines. And the objective of this video is to describe the service an operating system provides to users, processes, and other systems, and to discuss the various ways of structuring an operating system, and to explain how operating systems are installed and customized and how they boot. So before going to operating system services, let us see what is distributed systems. Distributed system is a collection of systems that are networked to provide the users with access to the various resources in the network. And we all know what is network. It is a communication path between two or more systems. And networks are characterized based on the distance. They are local network, area network, wide area network, and metropolitan area network. Local area network or LAN connects computers within the room or floor. And WAN is usually links buildings, cities, or countries. And MAN is the metropolitan area network, connects buildings within a city. And next topic is special purpose systems. They are real-time embedded systems, multimedia systems, handheld systems. So real-time embedded systems, for example, it is our washing machine is real-time embedded system. Ovens are real-time embedded systems. So real-time embedded systems always run real-time operating systems. And here one thing we have to take care is restricted time. Like a real-time system is used when there is a restricted time for an operation or for the flow of data. And real-time system functions correctly only if it returns the correct result within its time constraints. Sensors bring data to the computer. The computer must analyze the data and perform certain actions. And that rocket launching and all examples of real-time embedded system. So it is working within the restricted time. Result should come within the time, right? Then only it will be correctly launching, successfully launched. Next special purpose system is multimedia systems. Multimedia data consists of data, audio and video files as well as conventional files. And it is different from conventional data in that multimedia data must be delivered according to certain time restrictions like 30 frames per second, like that. And next one is handheld systems. Example for handheld system is your personal digital assistants. And the three issues you have to take care when you are going for handheld system. First one is amount of physical memory in handheld depends on the device. The operating system and application must manage the memory efficiently. Second issue is concerned with the developers of handheld devices is that speed of the processor used in the device. And the third issue is the usage of IO devices. And next topic is computing environments. There are different computing environments. First one is the traditional computer, we all know, like a PC is connected to the network or terminals and users are working with that. Office environment, that is a traditional environment. Second one is the client server and computing. Third one is the peer-to-peer computing. Fourth one is the web-based computing. So client server computing, one node will act as the server, all others are the clients. And that server, there are two types of servers, compute server and file server. Compute server provide an interface to client to request services, and file server provide interface for clients to store and retrieve files. Next one is the peer-to-peer computing. Peer-to-peer computing is like there is no client and server. All are peers. All nodes are considered as peers. May each act as a client, server, or both. Examples include Nubsler and Gnutella. And here all can act as either a client or server or both. And next one is the web-based computing. Web computing has increased the importance on networking, and PC's most prevalent devices, most devices becoming networked to allow web access. And here we have to see one new category of device, that is the load balancers, which will be used to manage web traffic among similar services. And next is the important topic, operating system services. The main operating system services are user interface, program execution, IO operations, file system manipulation, communications, error detections. So what is operating system user interfaces are like how you are giving command to the system. So that is user interface. There are different type. Command line interface are there, graphical user interface are there, batch command interfaces are there. So this is first service of operating system. Second one is program execution. OS must be able to load the program into RAM. So they are before execution, program should be there in the main memory, right? So your OS should be able to load the program into the main memory. Next one is the IO operation. OS is responsible for transferring data to and from the IO devices. Process may require IO files. So your OS should be responsible for transferring the data to and from the IO devices. And next one is the file system manipulation. Program used to read and write files or directories. The service required to create or delete files, search for a file, list the contents of a file, and change the file permission are provided by the OS. And next one is the communication, inter-process communication, either between the process running on the same processor or between the process running on separate processors, separate machines. So how to implement this one is using a shared memory or message passing. And error detection. Your OS should be capable of detecting hardware and software errors. Next one is OS provides services for the efficient operation of the system. OS gives services to the system also. Those services are resource allocation, accounting, and protection and security. Resource allocation is resources like CPU cycles, main memory, storage spaces. How to allocate all these resources among multiple users. Second service is accounting. These are the services in OS to keep track of the system activity and resource usage. Which all the users are using, which all the resources, how long they are using that. All these things are tracking by the OS. And protection and security. Protection involves ensuring that all access to system resources is controlled. Security of the system from considers must also be done by means of password. All these things are done by OS. So these three are the services to the system by OS. Allow resource allocation, accounting, protection, and security. And next topic is system calls. System calls are programming interface to the service provided by the OS, typically written in high-level languages. Then APIs. Three most common APIs are Win32 API, POSIX API, and Java API. And this is one example for system calls. Copy the content of one file to another file. These many system calls are required to copy the data from one file to another file. First one is acquire input file name and then acquire output file name. Then accept input, open the input file. If the input file is not existing, about it. Then create the output file if it is not existing, about it. If it is existing, read the input file, loop it character by character, read it and write to the output file. Then after reading, close the output file, write completion message to screen, terminate normally. These many system calls are required to copy the data from source file to destination file. Then here I am going to show you example of standard API. This is one example. This is the general structure of your standard API. Bool is the return value. Read file is the function name. These are the parameters. So handle is the handle file, the file to be read. And next one is the LP void buffer. LP void buffer is a buffer where the data will be read into and written form. And the next parameter is dword byte to read. Dword byte to read, the number of bytes to be read into the buffer. And next parameter is LPD word byte read. Here we can see the number of bytes read during the last read. And next parameter is the LP overlapped OVL, indicate if overlapped IO is being used or not. This is the general structure of the API, and these are the parameters. This is the function name. This is the return value. Read file is one function.